Hey guys, it's your favorite blue fox, Spikey McFox, and I am about to wash Spikey today. Now, I was going to possibly do another Fursuit Friday talking about fursuits, kind of like I was doing with that series earlier. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I'll leave that video link in the description if I can. But right now I'm going to pause on that series and just start washing Spikey because I need to anyway, so I figured why not make a video about it. Now I'm going to be reading something that my sister, Salty Sea Ice Cream, gave me. I don't know if she made it or if someone else made it. Whoever made it, shout out to you. It doesn't say. But I have my basic things that I need, which is a bowl, a clean washcloth. I brought a tablespoon thing just in case. And you could use like non-dye and non-scent detergent, but I have Fursuit shampoo that I got at Denver. So I'm just going to be using that. Oh yeah, quick note guys. I'm not officially sure on this, but according to my parents, I might be able to go to MFF this year. So if so, I'll let you guys know, and I will see you there if I'm able to go. Anyways, yeah, I got my Fursuit shampoo. You also want to have a fan on you, or even a like a hairdryer, but you want it on cold. Anyways, we're gonna be reading these instructions so I can make sure that I'm getting this all right. Then I'll show you guys. Now I'm gonna set Spikey's headband that Salty gave me. I'm gonna set it over there. But anyways, let's read this if you guys don't mind me reading this. Note, before I send any of my fursuit orders out, I disinfect them and brush them. However, they may need a slight brushing when they get to you. Well, Spikey's already, I made him, so you know what I'm saying. To keep your fursuit head looking nice and clean, it is highly recommended that you disinfect and brush your head after you wear it for long periods of time. Brushing is essential and should be done after every use to prevent matted fur, which Spikey already has a bunch of. Most of the time, just brushing and disinfecting the head works just fine. However, it is also a good idea to surface wash it every so often, especially after conventions, where there are a lot of people. The following is the method I personally use to wash my own fursuit head. Now, real quick before I get into this, there are some other good things that Salty suggested to me, like using alcohol wipes or just put alcohol, like rubbing alcohol on like maybe like a washcloth or something and kind of wipe it in the inside of the mouth, because that can also be bad, or a place where germs like to kind of hide, you know. Also, Spikey's face looks so weird in this shot because his muzzle is uneven. But I didn't realize that until I finished him. Anyways, one other thing I was going to note is, I don't have it with me, but you do want to brush. You want to brush your fursuit head right away. So I'm going to grab that in a little bit, right after I start washing. But anyways, number one, when disinfecting your fursuit head, I do not recommend using Febreze. So usually, because it says here, this will only make the odor of the head if it smells bad, and it may make it worse, and it may leave a sticky residue that could harm your head. I recommend using Lysol instead, since it's safer for fursuits and kills 99.9% of bacteria, which is true. This is for basic cleanliness and should still be used in moderation, meaning every so often, but once in a while you should wash your head, which is what I'm going to do. For the instructions on the back, following the instructions on the back of the can, spraying the inside and outside of the head, making sure that you cover you have to make sure you cover the eyes on the head before disinfecting to be sure the colors won't bleed. So what I do is when I disinfect him, I put like paper towels, I clump paper towels, I put it on, gently I put it inside his little eye holes, and then on the inside I kind of, even though there aren't like little gaps where you can tuck them in, I just kind of lay them. Here, I'll show you guys real quick. So if I can get into Spikey's head, not in a bad way, I'm going to see if I can show you guys the inside. Now, I really have to fix the inside of his head because when I looked at the tutorial for Sky High Studios, that's how I made Spikey for the most part. She said to put a balaclava, like glue it on the inside, which actually isn't a good idea, but I don't think she knew. But that's alright, she's still a good fursuit maker. Now, I don't know if you can see, but basically the eyes, you know, of course, are really close to your face. So I just put like a few layers of oh my gosh, I put like a layer or two of paper towels in there. And I usually, if I spray him, I have the eyes facing up, so the head is faced upwards like this, towards the ceiling. So yeah, so no colors will bleed or anything, meaning they won't like mix together and get messed up. Anyways, enough talk. I hope I'm not boring you guys with just explaining some of the rules so you guys can do this for yourself. Okay, number 2, because your head is mostly made of foam, you will not be able to machine wash it. You will need to do gentle surface washing and air drying, which is what I'm going to do. You will need the following items to surface wash your fursuit head, and I went over those. But yes, most importantly, you need a fan. Number 3, lay out a few towels, which I already have, on the ground or on top of a table. Take your designated bowl and pour in about 1 teaspoon to 1 1/2 teaspoon of your liquid detergent. Then take your bowl and fill it with water. Now we're going to do that real quick so I didn't fill up my bowl. So I guess it doesn't matter since this is meant for fursuits. But I'm going to take 1 teaspoon of my... I'm going to wash this first real quick, guys. Remember, you want to use cold water. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 teaspoon, right there, 1 teaspoon of my Fursuit shampoo. And it says on here, also shout out to Plushy Dog for making this and for making my Fursuit spray. But what you have to do is shake it really good, or shake it for a little while. Let's see, I guess that should be good. Okay, so then of course you know how to put shampoo in. Now I'm gonna gently put a little bit. Now I'm not doing this, I'm doing this over my bathroom floor, so I wouldn't suggest doing that, people. And I just spilled some on the floor. But I'm gonna put that in my bowl. If I need more later, I can always get more. Okay, but I put that in my bowl. And now what I'm gonna do is then, let's see, then you take your bowl and fill it with water. And then, yeah, make sure your detergent is well diluted. Go ahead and dump the current water out of the bowl and fill it again with room temperature or cold water. Do not use warm water. Well, I get that. I think what this person is saying, I don't know if it's seriously salty or not, but I think, oh shoot. Okay, yeah. So dump that water out and kind of, I mean, I don't really need to dilute this because it's Fursuit shampoo. So if you have Fursuit shampoo and you trust your maker, or if you make it and you know you're good at it, you probably don't have to dilute it, especially if it doesn't have any dyes, because you don't want any dyes in there or else that'll really be bad for your suit. But you don't really have to dilute it. I'm guessing, don't take my word for it, but I highly doubt you need to dilute it because, you know, look at this stuff. It's not like thick detergent. It's actually very thin, thinner than normal shampoo. But let's see. Okay, now that you have your clean solution, take it out to your work area, which I guess is in this bathroom, and dab your washcloth into the water. Wring the washcloth out as much as you can. You do not want to drench your fursuit head with the cleaning solution. Then very gently clean your head in little swift circles, you know. I would suggest cleaning one area at a time on your head. When you are done with one area, take your washcloth and wring it out with fresh cold water. I would suggest doing this over the sink. Go back over the spot you just got done washing with the clean cloth to get rid of any soap residue. If soap is left on the head, this will cause a film. Now, okay, so let's see. Now be right back, guys. I'm gonna quickly grab my towel and everything. Okay, guys, I'm back. I got another towel, even though I'm gonna have one in the art room, which is where I usually record, and it's also where I'm gonna be leaving this boy to dry. But I also got my my little oh my gosh, oh yeah, hair dryer. I got my hair dryer and I have it set on cold just in case, so I don't forget. So these two are ready to go now. Of course, if you have a hair dryer, you don't want to keep it near water. So ow, my leg. I'm just gonna gently, carefully put it up here. I keep it more safe than I am. I'd put it somewhere even safer, but oh well. Anyways, now we are going to wring our washcloth out. Make sure it's clean. And you're just gonna kind of dab it, and you don't want to drench it. You kind of want to squeeze it out a little bit. And yeah, and then I guess we could start with the muzzle, and then later on what I'm going to do is disinfect the inside, but I won't really have to do that to the outside. Now, you kind of want to make little swift circles like this in a circle, like little spots, you know. Now we're getting that, yes, and yeah, he's starting to get clean, even though I'm worried that this isn't enough soap, but I guess this is just a test right now. So yeah, we just do that. Well, let's see. Let me read the instructions again. Let's see. So circles, I would suggest cleaning one. Okay. Take your washcloth right out. Okay, and then after this, I'm gonna go over it with some cold water without soap. But I'm gonna go over a bit more of this area. Go over his whole cheek if I can. Now that I got the left side of his cheek, I'm gonna quickly, obviously, squeeze out the soapy water and get some new, fresh, cold water. So 1 second, guys. Now that I got my cold, wet water that's obviously not soapy, I'm gonna gently rub that against his muzzle. Now guys, now that I did that one side, I am gonna continue by doing the rest of the head and then immediately brushing it and putting it by a fan. So now I'm gonna dry and brush Spikey. Now I noticed there were some patches that I definitely have to fix. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna also do a time lapse of that. And there were some more instructions, but I can see what I can do about that. See if I can, if you guys want to know more about them, I can try to type them out for you or whatever. Or maybe Salty can give me the link to that. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, let's get drying. So guys, that is it for now. I'm gonna dry his hair and then keep brushing him and sit him out to dry and put him by fans. But I will say cleaning a fursuit head is kind of hard, but it's also kind of fun, you know? So anyways, I'll let you guys know when he's done drying if you want. And then I'm gonna spray the inside and maybe put rub some like medical alcohol in his mouth to get all the germs out. And yeah, so anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please remember, if you're a new subscriber, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications anytime I upload a new video. Also, feel free to comment what you thought of this video and if you liked it. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.